Hey, now let's give you kind of a rundown on some of the things that we've done on this on our camper. First thing you'll see is we have the name Sparky on here. Basically after the movie that we both really love, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and Chevy Chase is called Sparky on the movie, and we just, I don't know, gravitated to that and we thought, we'll call the camper that. Coming along here, we've done quite a bit of work to this camper. One thing that we did is we basically replaced the whole bottom there with all new plywood. It was basically rotten and things were falling apart. That back anchor basically was, it held on to the Triple Cast Canada picking this thing up, but we had to basically replace it. So replace it all, and I did have brackets made up, 4 new brackets to connect the camper to the truck, so we did that. Another thing that we did do is put on a hinge here. So right now it's folded in, but basically to take the camper off, we basically take a pin out, swings it out, and then that allows it so that the dually basically can nicely slide out. We also added extensions on here, so we don't have to take blocks with us or anything like that to basically take this camper off, because my truck sits fairly high. The other thing that we did with this camper is we changed out from AGM batteries to lithium batteries, to 100 amp and 400 watt amp solar panels, new shutoff, and basically all wiring done that we hired an electrician to get this done for us, just so we know we did it right. I'll show it a little bit more inside when I go inside for the show you the updates. The other thing that we did too is there was some rotting, so we basically had to rebuild this box back here. So basically new plywood inside here. Basically took all these the siding off, a whole new panel along here, and basically a panel all along here as well. The other thing we had to replace is we had to replace another sections along here as well too, because it was all rotten from water damage. Basically recaulked the whole camper, took all the windows out, butyl taped it all, recaulked every single thing on this camper. Spent probably 400-500 bucks just on caulking. The other thing that we did do is we updated the taps, and basically from the taps to the back of the camper to, or from the bathroom to the back of the camper, has 3/8 piping, and when we switched, I guess, to new taps, the connectors broke. So in order to fix that, we decided to just do 1/2-inch picks, which is already at the front by the front tap, or the front sink. So we thought, well, let's just do 1/2 inch all the way around. And we just basically did sharp bites, did shutoffs everywhere, did also flex lines also to all the taps. So everything's all working. We just checked it out, and so that's all updated as well. Coming along, like I say, we've done LED lights everywhere. We repainted the bumper, put new, I don't know what you call these things, but it's like a sandpaper grit. We did that along the whole bumper. Also did a new latch here for the sewer pipe that gets stored in here, so the thing doesn't flip open anymore. We also did a backup camera, so when the truck is on, basically nicely sees everything behind us. Added this handle on here, so it's easy access in and out as we get older. The other thing that we just added, so these stairs go here and they flip up. Well, you can also take the stairs and put it there. So there's one attachment there and one attachment under there. So you, I guess, easy access going up and down the ladder, but I don't think we'll ever do that. So we kept that there. But what we made is basically a thing here where we put our barbecue on. So this latch is basically right here. There's a cotter pin here and a pin there. This thing all nicely comes off and stores into this compartment where the barbecue is. But now anyways, this will allow us to, when we're boondocking, just put the barbecue on there instead of going all the way down to the pavement, especially if there's no picnic table or anything like that. Anyways, that nicely comes out. And then this box here, again, this whole area here is also rebuilt. I had to rebuild a box there, rebuild a box there, whole new panel along here and all along there. And this used to be for the generator, which we never had, but there was a metal box in here. We took that out. So that allowed us actually a little bit more space, probably about 6 inches. And then we put some plastic on the bottom here, which I'll show you in a minute, where we also put that same plastic. So it made that box a little bit bigger. So we'll store the barbecue in here, the 1-burner stove, I guess you call it, extra propane tanks. Underneath here is our extra hoses and electrical cords. Coming along here, so this panel, this is the white panel we bought from the Home Depot and so on. and we basically put that everywhere. We put that all on the outside, there, basically underneath here, and also back there into the truck. Let's see. Okay, then you'll also see again the two new attachments we've done there. In here is our two 30-pound propane tanks. We had to get those recertified, so they're good for another 10 years. And actually what we added in there is Mopica tank sensors. Those are on the tanks as well, so we can just go on our phone and know exactly kind of what volume we have left in our tanks. On our trip across back from Canada, from BC, we lost this cover, so we basically bought a brand new one. Again, there's the hinge that's on this side, so it nicely flips out. Let's see, again, we said we've recaulked everything. Now we'll take you basically inside. So come in here, a lot of people when they get their campers, an older camper, they said, here, we're going to actually paint it white or whatever the color they paint. We decided not to do that. We thought we liked the wood look, so we kept the wood look. We did change out the floor, ripped out the old floor. I had to redo a subfloor right here. New floor on there, new trim we did, new pillows, mattress covered, and new foam that we got in. That wasn't cheap, but it was certainly well worth it. And then we get to the table. That was made out of a skid. So Cathy actually made this. He's biscuit jointed it all together. We sanded it, stained it, varathaned it, and we basically can turn this so that it can, we can just sit down here nice and easy. We did take the capability of having this as a bed. Before, this thing would flip down and would make this a bed. We thought with the extra weight, and we thought, I don't know, we'll have somebody with us at any given time, but we thought we'll get rid of the weight, get rid of the metal. And actually what actually ended up happening with us doing that is that this mattress right way here, we actually made too big. So the bed didn't work out anymore. So actually what we did, we kept the mattress, but then I put a support along here. So just basically a 2x4 going all the way across. And then actually we made a nice little thing here too. This is where we put our slippers and our shoes. So we're walking in and out, have a nice little spot for it. So it worked out in our favor. These are compartments. There's 3 of them in total in this truck camper. We've actually closed that up. If you open this up, basically close it up. But we kept them there just in case if we want to ever change that. So these are all the nice little mattresses, nice and firm. Cathy picked the color. I think it worked out well that way. All new blinds in the camper. Got those from Blinds to Go. Those work out really well. They're blackout blinds. I think they're supposed to be good for helping keep the heat in and stuff like that. LED lights outside, but we also did LED lights inside as well. So it makes it nice and bright. Up here is also, can be a bed, but of course we're not going to use it for that. We did the same fabric that's in the rest of the camper. Storage there. I think there's games in there, and that's where we maybe put boots and stuff like that. And what we did is we bought ourselves a blow-up kayak. Got a nice little backpack for it, and that's where our kayak is with the paddles and everything. So that's stored there, and if we want, we can make this slide down, basically taking out the pin there and the pin there, and it basically supported there on that side and also supported on that side. Again, LED lights. We put a new Max air fan in here with the vent cover already on it. The other one, this was all basically replaced, ripped out completely. New insulation, new wood, and then we painted it up. Let's go right away into the bathroom. And this one we didn't do too much. Let's just put the light on in here. So what we did is new tap. So this is kind of where we had the problem. We had this tap, but underneath the sink, there's the taps for the outdoor shower. Basically the connector broke right off. So there's water pouring all in here, and it's quite a mess, but we cleaned up right away and decided, again, like you say, we did the 1/2-inch PEX everywhere. Flooring, we continued on. This used to be 2 different levels, made it basically all continuous. Toilet we took out, replaced all of the rubber rings and everything like that. So that's all basically brand new. Got a new shower curtain clip we had in there from our trip in BC to hold things in place. So it actually still works well here, but and kind of made it so that it matches color and so on. And of course you got the cabinets that for storage. Like this camper has loads of storage. So go along here. The other thing we've done is did a plastic new backsplash. These are just stick on because you don't want weight. You're going to always consider the weight of the camper. And I think we went down about 300 pounds for the stuff that we took out of the camper, and then even the stuff that we added to the camper were actually 300 pounds or so less than it was before, because this camper had valances along there, above the door. All the windows had that. Basically, again, took out everything that we did not like, and considering the weight at the same time. Again, cabinets along here, we've basically got lots of storage. Like here we have the propane tanks are here. This spot here we put in our vacuum, and that's where we'll put our chips and other snacks. Got a cabinet here. We decided to actually put this. We got recycling. So here's the garbage, and there's the recycling. Nice little spot. We thought right now that works perfect. I got the 3 drawers, and then another drawer here. This is where we put our levelers for leveling out the camper, and also our tools. Come to this side. This is basically just a doorway going into the hot water tank, which we just tested. Works perfect. Then we come up into here, and this is yeah, clothes. I got a spot here for our hats, hanging whatever we want, and then our life jackets that we have for our kayak, and our extra blankets right now. And we come along here again, the backsplash, we continued all along here. We put in a new tap. Then there are cabinets up here, storage. Again, we're trying to be as minimalist as possible. Right now, this is, I think, what we all need. This has a whole bunch of bowls inside of there for different things that we might do while away. And then we come along here, got our things for our wine, our plates and our bowls. Cups we picked up while we're going to Manning on our way back from BC, so we got those. And we had nice little cups made up that we thought, hey, making memories one campsite at a time. And a nice little picture, and that will help for this where we put our beer cans in or whatever. And then we have actually another set, because the first set they sent had the wrong message, so they sent us another set. So one for our hot and cold, and then one for our beer cans. And then we have our thing to make our coffee. Then along here we have our stove, 3-burner stove, works great. We got new knobs because some of these were broken. There's that new knobs, sparker works great. And we also tried out the oven, got that lit, all worked fine as well. Then we come along here. These are another big change that we made. This is some of our changes to our solar. We basically have a transfer switch here, so when it's plugged in, it's charging the batteries. And then when it's unplugged, basically it's obviously switches to either the batteries, it basically just automatically switches for us. This is our system. Our Bluetooth basically gives an update on our solar system. And then we also got this to give us an idea. Like right now we're at 100%, 199 amps, so we've got 200 amp. And right now it's drawing a little bit because I think I have a light on. And we're good right now with that one light. It will last us 99 hours. Then we have this switch is basically for our inverter. So we turn that on, and then basically an inverter. It's a 3,000 watt inverter. So I just finished boondocking last week, had the microwave working, just didn't have to worry about anything. I've had loads of power. And then all of our other wiring systems that's in here. And like I say, I did put in 200 amp batteries. This box I completely rebuilt because at the original, the camper only allowed for 1 battery. Well, because we had to rebuild the whole underneath, I thought I'm going to rebuild that whole box. So I made the box to fit 2 batteries. It nicely fits in there. I had to rework some of these pipes, but can't have it much better than that. So that's the power system. And then basically down to here, basically have that's our breaker panel and everything. And we had to bring it out a little bit because of the extra room that we needed for the wires and stuff like that for the new solar system. And then we come up here and we got our step, which I don't think we've used at all yet. Then we basically continue with the flooring on this step and basically made another pad here to sit here, putting our shoes on or standing up into the bed. This is our solar charger. And then we also added a USB charger as well for our phones and other devices that take USB. Then we come up here. This whole area right here, we had to completely rebuild. Had to rip that out completely, and also had to rebuild all of this. So those windows we completely took out and rebuilt it. New insulation, everything. Didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted it, but I think it still worked out pretty good. Yeah, actually I'll show you some lighting that we have. A nice little switch. We got a little mood lighting up here. Works actually on my phone. I can change it to that maxes to music, so it's kind of neat. But worked out well. We got here for an iPad, and while we were away last week at Kilbear, basically put the iPad in there and we watched a movie. Worked out great. And again, we got our lights here, LED lights, and then we got a spotlight there and a spotlight there with a USB, so we can charge our phones while we're sleeping or our watches. And that has 3 different settings as well. So again, works out great. Also, the new mattress we bought when we first got it, 8-inch memory foam that we bought from Sleep Country. I've been very happy with it, and it certainly sleeps great. I think that's almost everything that we've touched on here. But yeah, we'll send some more pictures or make up another video with before and after and some of this the stuff that we had to take out because it was rotten. And you'll see how far or how deep and so on that we had to go in order to get things back to where we needed them to make it strong and yeah, basically usable.